Why do some people pull away right when things start getting good? Why do they suddenly start noticing everything that's wrong with you? Your laugh, your texts, your habits, even your smile. If you've experienced this, you might be dealing with someone who has a dismissive avoidant attachment style. And today, we're unpacking why dismissive avoidants tend to do something called flaw finding, and what it really means. Dismissive avoidants are the "I don't need anyone" type. They usually grew up in environments where emotions were ignored, minimized, or even punished. So as adults, they learn to rely solely on themselves, often priding themselves on independence. They keep intimacy at arm's length, not because they don't feel, but because feeling feels unsafe. Their self-protection strategy is to shut down before they can get hurt. As a relationship starts getting closer, the dismissive avoidance internal alarm system kicks in. Closeness equals vulnerability, and vulnerability to them feels dangerous. So what do? They deactivate attachment feelings by focusing on your flaws. They may think, they're too needy, or they're not my type, or maybe I just don't feel that spark anymore. But underneath all that, there's fear. Fear of dependence, fear of being seen, fear of being needed. Flaw finding helps them justify distance, so they don't have to confront the deeper feelings that closeness stirs up. Flaw finding can be subtle or, pretty blunt. They might start criticizing your texts, your tone, or even your timing. Sometimes they just say they need space out of nowhere. Or they hyper-focus on really superficial reasons to detach. Your clothes, your laugh, your music taste. But here's the twist. It's often not about you. It's about their inner conflict between wanting connection and fearing the loss of control it brings. The more real the relationship feels, the more their instinct tells them to run. And flaws? Well, that's the exit door. Dismissive avoidants tend to suppress vulnerability so deeply, they sometimes don't even realize they're doing it. Many of them grew up having to emotionally parent themselves. They learned early, don't need, don't feel, don't trust. So when someone comes along and offers real love or intimacy, they unconsciously start tearing it down. Not because they don't want love, but because love triggers the very wounds they've buried. Is change possible? Yes, but only with self-awareness, emotional work, and patience. Healing for dismissive avoidance looks like noticing when you start picking someone apart and asking yourself, am I protecting myself or pushing away love? And if you're with a dismissive avoidant, don't take their flaw finding personally. Don't try to fix or prove yourself. Protect your self-worth and honor your emotional needs. You deserve to be loved without conditions, critiques, or emotional games. So if someone's constantly finding flaws in you, it might not mean you're not enough. It might mean they're afraid of how much you matter. Let that sink in. If this hit home, like and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, you don't need to shrink yourself for someone else's fear of intimacy. See you in the next one.